So last time we have discussed about the different type of classes based on the trigger of the transistors. Especially we discussed about the class B operation. Today I will discuss some configurations or load configurations based on the class A amplifiers. Depending on the class or depending on the load configurations, we can categorize three different application type. First one we will introduce as the series feed class A amplifiers. Class A amplifiers. Second one we call the capacitor coupled class A amplifiers. Capacitor coupled amplifiers. Third one we call as the transformer coupled. Transformer coupled amplifiers. So we will discuss one by one. Just write down a heading as depending on the load configuration. Just write down depending on the load configuration. Class A amplifiers exist three different application type. Three different application types. Three different application type. First one we call series feed class A amplifiers. Second one we call the capacitor coupled amplifiers. Third one we call the transformer coupled amplifiers. Transformer coupled amplifiers. Just write down these three types and then we will discuss one by one. Firstly, I will discuss about this series feed class A amplifiers. For example, if you develop your amplifier something like this, I will draw the circuit diagram. There might be a resistor RC, and just assume we have a transistor. And I will give a signal. So this is simple diagram, simple circuit. So this one we introduce as the series feed class A amplifiers. Just assume this is some amplifier circuit, this is the input signal, and you can measure the output in between these two terminals. You can refer this voltage as output. Just assume I will show the load line. This is load line. So x-axis you have to select as the VCE. VCE means this is the E terminal. This is the voltage difference between these two terminals of collector and emitter. X-axis you have to refer as the IC. Then, as you know, the load line is something like this for this circuit. And if you operate your transistor the middle of this load line, this is the operating point. If you operate or if you bias your transistor middle of this load line, then that configuration we call the class A amplifiers. Class A amplifiers. So if you want to give some voltage fluctuation with the support of this two terminal, when you increase your IB current, then IC also fluctuated. So just assume you are utilizing this whole span. When you change your input signal, assume your IC will be fluctuated in between this range. You have fully utilized this graph and assume your operating point is here and the default current I will refer as the IQ. If you don't have any input signal, still you have some current flow through the transistor. That current I will refer as the IQ. And this peak value, for example, here to here, current you can write down as IP or something. And here to here amount I will represent as the IP. Then this value is 2 times of IP. This value is 2 times of IP. Just assume you are fluctuating this IC in between this IQ, and the peak value will fluctuate at something like this. This peak value is IP. As example, you can represent that in time domain, something like this. Just assume you have some current for the IC. Just assume this is the IQ. I refer this one as the time axis. And with respect to this point, this one represents the IQ. Your IC will be fluctuated something like this. Okay. So this one varies something like this, IP into sine omega t or something. It's like a sinusoidal function. And then I will try to find the collector efficiency for this application. This one we call the series feed class A amplifier. For this scenario, I will try to find the efficiency. So this is my target. So by considering this two terminal, I can write down VCC equal IC RC plus VC. And then you can get the load line IC equal RC into VC plus VCC divided by RC. We have proved this one previously. So this is the equation for the load line. And similarly, that IQ you can compute, that IQ you can compute if you divide this VCC peak value divided by 2, and then if you divide this voltage by again RC, you can compute IQ. IQ you will get for the half of this voltage. This one equal to VCC, then this one equal VCC divided by 2. Therefore, you can compute the IQ, this saturation current, when this external input is 0, something like this. Then you have an equation for IQ. So to compute this neta, you have to find another parameter. Can you remember? PDC. The DC power taken from the power supply. You can write down that one. Your input voltage is VCC into IQ. As well as you can compute the P out also, AC voltage output to the load, something like this. If you know the RMS value, IRMS squared into RC. This IRMS you can substitute by using this peak value, this I peak value. This is the peak value. So if you substitute the peak value to here, IRMS you can write down, I peak value you have divided by √2 and then take the square value into RC. Then your P out equation become IP square divided by 2 into RC, right? Then just substitute for the neta equal, as you know, P out divided by P DC drawn from the source into 100. And then just substitute this P out. P out, you have equation for P out. And if you substitute this value, you can find some value for the neta. So as you know, in this case, this IQ is almost equal to IQ value is equal to peak value of that IP max value. Therefore, you can refer this relationship also to here. The reason is you can see here PDC you have derived based on the IQ. Therefore, this I peak value, if you want, you can substitute by using this IQ value. Look here, this PDC value I derive with respect to capital IQ value. So when you compute this P out, that is with the peak value. Therefore, if you want, you can substitute that I peak value by IQ. Then if you substitute this to values or parameter to this equation, you can write down I peak square into RC divided by 2 times VCC into IQ. Then if you solve this equation, you will get around 25%. Just solve this one, then you can find this one. Here I just compute the collect efficiency for the series feed class C amplifiers. Just substitute this P out to here and then solve it. Then you can get something. This IQ you can substitute. Just try to solve this one, okay? So you can substitute this IQ by using these equations. Just substitute this IQ. You have to substitute IQ here. And then that RC you can remove, VC you can remove. So this IP value also, you have substitute here IP value. You have IP. This IP, you have IP value, therefore just substitute that one also based on this IQ. Then you can easily reach to this location. This is the amount. This is we derive for series feed class C amplifiers. That efficiency is around 25%. Just try to solve. You have relationships and then try to solve these equations. Please note down these things. Then I will switch to the capacitor coupled class C amplifiers. This one we call, this model we call the series feed class C amplifiers. You just measure the voltage output between collect and efficiency. This model we call the series feed class C amplifiers. To be a class C amplifiers, you have to select the middle point of the load line and then fluctuate your IC current with respect to that point, and just try to utilize the whole span. Just select the middle point and then fluctuate your IC current based on that middle point. Please note down. Now I go to the second one, just write down the heading as the capacitor coupled class A amplifiers. I will show you the circuit diagram. Write down the second subheading, capacitor coupled class A amplifiers. If it is a class A amplifier, then you have to select the middle point of the load line as operating point. And then based on that operating point, you can fluctuate your IC value to get the maximum efficiency. So if you connect the capacitor to here, the same circuit, only difference is you are connecting the load via the capacitor. You have to connect the capacitor here, and then across the capacitor, you have to connect the load. This is the RL. In the previous case, you just directly give the output voltage to load, but in here, you are giving a signal to the output via the capacitor. Then we call the capacitor coupled class A amplifiers. Just write down this one as the capacitor coupled class A amplifiers. So if you draw the Theriot equivalent circuit for this load side, you can write down something like this. This is Theriot equivalent circuit. You have RL here. Here you have RC, and just assume that operating current as IQ. Then part of the IQ will go through the load. I write down that one as IL. So this one grounded, this terminal also grounded. Then compare with this one, you can design the AC load line to define or decide the AC load line. You have to consider this Theriot circuit, and then you have to compute the RL value. So with respect to the circuit diagram, this RC and RL are parallel. Therefore, you can compute this AC load. You can compute the AC load line RL equal RC, this on RL, divided by RC plus RL. So this one is small or smaller compared with the RC value. So if you draw the load line for the DC, you will get this type of load line for the DC. This is the shape for the DC load. This is DC load line. DC load line. As you know, the tangent value is equal to 1 over RC. This tangent is equal to minus 1 over RC. In here, for the AC load line, this tangent M equal minus 1 over RL. If you compare this 1 over RC and RL, you can see here RC is large value, RL is smaller value, though then you are get the, if you consider the inverse value for the AC load line, it is something like this. AC load line is something like this. This one represents the AC load line. This tangent value is equal to minus 1 over RL. Already you know how to get that DC load line. Or if you derive the equation for this DC load line, we have derived in the previous case IC equal minus 1 over RC into VCE plus VCE divided by RC. This is the tangent. For the AC load line, this is the tangent value. Then I will try to derive the equation for the collective efficiency. I can write down the PDC. PDC equal VCC into IQ. IQ is this amount, the middle point current. And similarly, you can find the P out value also. P out value, if you know the load current, peak value of load current, then just divide the peak value by √2 and then take the square value into RL. And similarly, this 1 over simple RL you can compute by using the IQ and VQ values. If you divide this IQ by VQ, you can find this relationship. Then you can compute the value for VQ equal IQ into simple RL. I write down this as equation A. And similarly, for DC load line, you can write down VCC equal ICRC plus VCE. And then you can write down this one something like this. This one equal to VCC equal IC mean IQ value flowing through the circuit into RC. VCE is equal to VQ. You're operating in this point. This is the VQ. You're operating at the middle point. Therefore, for the VC, you can substitute this voltage. And IC is equal to IQ. So you have equation for VQ. If you substitute that VQ into here, then you can find that peak value, I peak value is equal to, here keep in mind that IQ is equal to I peak value. We operate in middle point. Due to you operating this transistor at the middle point, then IQ equal to peak value. Amplitudes are equal. Therefore, if you substitute the IQ by IP, then you have equation for IP equal VCC divided by RC plus simple R. So please write down, I have to clear this one to go for next step. Just write down heading as a capacitor coupled class A amplifiers, and then note down these things. Then I have to remove or I have to delete these things to do something else. Just write down. Still, is not confirmed or finalized. My target is to come with neta. Still, I am in the intermediate positions. Therefore, please write down these things. Then I'll go for the next step. My target is to find the neta. Please write down. You can write down the equation for neta with support of this PDC and P out. My next target is to solve that equation. Neta. I will substitute this P out divided by PDC into 100. This one we call the correct efficiency. Now I have parameters. Next step is I have to substitute that one to the equation. I will delete something here. By using this circuit diagram, just focus on this one. By focusing on this circuit diagram, you can write down the equation for IL. IL you can write down RC divided by RC in plus RL into IQ. By using this equation, you can write down the equation for IL. And then just substitute this P out and P DC into neta. You can write down P out divided by P DC. P out you can write down IL squared is a peak value divided by √2, and if you took the squared value, then your equation becomes something like this. If you took the square value, this √2 become 2. And just divide by the IDC, You have equation for IDC, so PDC, just substitute that one, VCC into IQ. And then I will substitute that IL to here, and then neta equal half into RC RL divided by RC plus RL into 1 divided by RC plus 2RL, 2 into RL. And if you solve this one, you will get 1 divided by half into RC plus 2RL. If you multiply this one by 100, just substitute that 100 here. You can write down here 100. Now we will try to maximize this. Keep in mind that this RL you can substitute RL equal RC into RL divided by RC plus RL. This simple RL you can write down something like that. I just substitute this term with support of this RL. For example, if you substitute that RC equal root 2 into RL, then your neta become, just solve this one, then it's around 8.58 or something. So substitute that one. The reason for this one, I'll explain why I put this one. I will check that how to maximize the neta. To maximize the neta, I'll think about this one. Let me do that one. I'll show you how to do that one. So I substitute here RC equal root 2 into RL. The reason is to maximize the neta, dn divide, d neta, sorry. D neta divided by dRL, you can equate into 0. By equating this derivation into 0, you can find this RC value. I will show you how to do that one. By equating this derivation into 0, you can find this value. So I will show you how to do that one. I will clear the left hand side figures, everything, and then I'll show you how to do that one. You can maximize the neta. I'll show how to do that one. To find the maximum value or maximize, what you have to do is derivation, you have to equate to 0 and then find the value for RC. I'll show you how to do that one, don't worry. So you have equation for neta. You have equation for neta. Neta equal half into RC RL divided by RC plus RL into 1 over RC plus 2RL. This is the equation we derived previously. This one. If you solve this one, you can equate this one into half into RC RL divided by RC squared plus 2 into RC RL plus RC RL plus 2 times into, sorry, 2 times of RL squared. And then you can write down neta equal half into, if you solve this one, it will be RC RL divided by RC square plus 3 into RC RL plus 2 into RL square. And then just consider derivation d neta into DRL. If you do this one, your equation become half into RC square plus 3 times RC RL plus 2 times RL square into RC minus RC RL divided by into 3 times RC plus 4 times RL. Just try to solve this one. RC square plus 3 into RC RL plus 2 times of RL. So this is the equation. Again, you have to solve this one. Half into RC cubic power plus 3 times RC squared into RL plus 2 times of RL squared RC minus 3 times of RC squared RL minus 4 times of RC into RL squared divide by RL squared plus 3 into RC RL plus 2 into RL squared. I'll clear here. I'll show you how to get that value to do some computations. And then I'll write down half into RC times RC squared minus 2 times of RL squared divided by RC plus RL into RC plus 2 times of RL. To be equal 0, this one, you have to consider this part, this term. To equate this one to 0, then this term should be equal to 0. Therefore, I refer that relationship RC equal 2 times of RL square. Therefore, RC should be equal to root 2 into RL. This is the way how I got that relationship. Then if you substitute that RC value by using this relationship, then you can show that neta is equal around 8.58% when RC equal root 2 into RL under this scenario. This is the neta max. What I did here, I just tried to maximize the neta. To maximize this neta, what I have to do, I have to equate this d neta divided by d RL. You are changing, load this changing by yourself. Therefore, when you change that RL, you have to find some value for RL to maximize the neta. So you can see here, this is the relationship for that one. By using this relationship, you can find the neta. The neta is around this much. So please note down how I compute that efficiency. This efficiency I found for RL equal sorry, RC will root 2 times of RL. Under that scenario, I have received some maximum neta value, it's around 8.58. Please write down this one. Now I'll go to the next part. Just write down the heading as transformer couple class A amplifiers. Next option, transformer couple class A amplifiers. Then we will compute the collect efficiency. So this is the circuit diagram. So I'll use a step down transformer to match the load to the source. I'll take here turn ratio NP and here turn ratio is NS. And this voltage is VCC. And here I will connect another resistor. This is the load RL. This voltage I refer as the VS. VS. As you know, the ratio, turn ratio we can compute. We have given the equation for this one by using NP divided by NS, the turn ratio. As you know, to maximize it or transfer the maximum power, that Z out, you have to equate for the Z load. You have to measure the load impedance for the source impedance. You have to measure the load impedance for the source impedance. So you can write down the equivalent circuit for this one, something like this. And this equivalent resistance I will write down as RL. And then with the support of the turn ratio, this is the load or RL. And then you can equate this circuit into something like this. A squared into RL. So you don't have real components. You have imaginary components. Therefore, as you know, the load line, generally you can write down something like this. The load line, you can write down something like this. But for this scenario, under this situation, you don't have a real component, you have imaginary components, therefore your load line is something like this. Or else, just wait, I derive the equation, then you can get some idea. So you can write down DC load line IC equal 1 over RC into VC plus VCC divided by RC. So your RC value equals 0. Therefore, this load line becomes something like this. Something like this. In this case, this is the load line. So this point is the operating point. I refer as the IQ. Just select this middle point. This is the peak value. And you have to select the middle value. And this is a new load line. The reason is you don't have a real values. You have an inductive element here. Now you can write down the PDC. PDC equal VCC into IQ. And similarly, you can write down PAC equal VS squared or supply voltage divided by 2 times of RL. Here, VS divided by root 2, you have to take the square value of this one. You have to refer the RMS values. Now, Vp divided by Vs should be equal to or proportional to this turn ratio, Np divided by Ns, that one equal turn ratio simple A. Therefore, you can write down VCC divided by Vs equal to simple A. Here, Vp is equal to VCC. VCC. Therefore, you can write down that VC equal VCC divided by simple A by using this relationship. And then 1 over RL, you can write down IQ divided by VCC. Therefore, IQ become VCC divided by RL, or you can write down VCC divided by A squared into RL. Now I will try to find the relationship for neta. I'll use this space. Neta you can write down. P out divided by PDC. P out divided by PDC. When I substitute some value to here, Vs squared divided by 2 times of RL divided by VCC into RL. So if you solve this one, Vs you can write down or substitute by using this VCC value. VCC divided by simple A squared into 200 divided by VCC divided by R squared into RL. If you solve this one, you will get around 50%. For the transformer coupled class A amplifiers, this is transformer coupled class A amplifier. Just read some book, then you can get some idea. You can find some good examples based on these class A amplifiers. So next week I will discuss some example. Don't worry, I will apply this technique for the practical scenarios in next week. Just read these 3 applications. See the seed application, capacitor coupled one and the transformer coupled one. So if it is a class A amplifier, you have to select the operating point at the middle of the load line. By selecting the middle portion of the load line, you can fluctuate the IC current. Then that application we call the class A amplifications. Under this class A amplification, we have derived the collector efficiency for 3 different scenarios. This is the last one we call the transformer coupled class A amplifiers. So just read these things, and it's better to use the textbook, or else I can give some document for you to read and then go through that. Next week I'll do some exercises, so I'll do some example or comparison examples with you to get some idea. Have a nice day. So next week I'll do the same time from 9 to 10. Good night for all.